What's going on, people? Georgio Savvides here, founder of the Hip Hop Orchestra, as well as the host of the Hip Hop Orchestra Presents podcast. And I got a really exciting announcement to finally make with everyone, is that we have our very first official sponsor for the podcast. Now, they are an amazing, amazing company called Eldon's Vault, who are extremely dedicated in bringing you the very best in officially licensed merchandise from pop culture. And when I mean the very best, I mean the very best. They provide things like keyrings, caps, t-shirts, to Funko Pops, to statues from all over, such as DC, Marvel, Disney, The Mandalorian, Harry Potter, music artists from all over the place, and they are ridiculously good. I've got a couple of things to show you on offer at the moment. This trust with their stuff is amazing. So, t-shirts, like I mentioned, like the one I'm wearing right now. It's got Rocky right here, which I absolutely love. Or, like I said, also got Funko Pops as well, 3.75 inches and 10 inches. I've got a couple of 10 inches right here for you. I've got Post Malone right here, and I've also got Biggie right here, who I absolutely love. These are so sick. Eldon's Vault, trust me, they are amazing. Now, I'm going to leave the link below in the video right here, and also in the description below as well in all future videos from the podcast. But trust me, Eldon's Vault are amazing. Website is www.eldonsvault.co.uk. Get in touch with them now and start buying ASAP. But also, before I forget as well, I just want to say the biggest thank you to Eldon's Vault for sponsoring the podcast. It means the absolute world to me. Thank you. And trust me, get in touch with them right now. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And peace. Brand new episode of the Hip Hop Orchestra Presents. We're joined by an amazing guest today, Award Winning Filmmaker, Scriptwriter, Director, and Producer Alexandra Bekiou. How are you? Okay.
Hi, George. I'm very fine, and thank you very much for the invitation. It's a great pleasure to me.
It's an absolute pleasure. How's things been? You been okay?
Yeah, very lots to do. I'm preparing a new short movie. I'm helping out. And I'm writing a new script for my feature film after my short, and I have lots to do.
Oh, wow. How's that going so far?
Well, it's because of COVID-19, it's a very hard time for all of us, but we are managing, doing well.
Good. But congratulations on your new film that has just come out.
Yeah, thank you.
As the Waves Break. How's it been going for you so far?
Well, we got awarded for about over 40 times.
Wow.
And I got many awards for Best Inspirational Film, Best Experimental Film, Best Short Film, even awarded for Best First Time Director. And it's just unbelievable.
No, I can imagine. I mean, like you said, this is your first time directing a film, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
it's the first time. I wrote the script. I worked on a biography from that woman.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a great pleasure and a wonderful time with my team working on it. And well, it's still really unbelievable what is happening international.
Yeah, no, I mean, I see the awards that you're getting nominated and winning, and it's just incredible. I mean, being a first-time director, how does that make you feel? You must be over the moon.
Oh, not over the moon, over the stars, I think.
Over the stars. That's even better.
Yeah, because it's so wonderful to know that because I'm not coming from a film school. I never visited a film school, and so I have worked for 7 years to learning by doing everything. I've learned so many things from wonderful filmmakers, that are doing great movies here in Germany, even cinema movies or TV movies or series or whatever. And well, I have to say, I never got really paid for that jobs, but it was just like a learning school for me.
Mm. I'm just like you, where I learned just by doing.
Yeah.
And I know that your kind of backstory is you started writing stories at 6 years old. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And how did it feel then, like writing stories from just the age of 6 to where you are now? I mean, how does that feel for you?
Oh, I have a
Amazing.
great imagination.
Mm,
My fantasy has no limit,
mm,
I think. And I want to tell many stories because my opinion to many things is different than the normal people
yeah.
are thinking of some things. And so I try to write down the stories in my own way because I want to leave a message.
Mm, that's good. That's a good one. I mean,
Yes.
how difficult is it then to kind of pick which story you think will work? Do you kind of put it through other people first to get their feedback, or do you really have to fight for which stories you think will work really well?
Well, I'm going to back to my short film
Mm,
of 22 minutes, Als die Welle brach, or in English, better said, As the Wave Broke.
mm,
It's a story about an abused woman, and she never saw herself in the role of a victim.
mm,
And we have now for, I think, about 2 years, a very big theme of the Me Too and
mhm,
abused women, raped women, mentally abused women, or even men
mhm,
also. And I thought it was a great time to produce this movie now.
mm. Definitely. And how long did it take you to go from beginning to end in terms of creating the whole film?
Um, I started with a pre-production in July, August last year.
Hmm. Okay. So it took it up pretty much a year then. So can you hear me?
The location for about 6 months.
Okay.
Then I
Brilliant.
shoot the movie on October 2019,
Hmm.
and on the 15th of February this year, it was finished.
Oh wow, so just in time then before
Yeah,
everything went mad. So
yeah,
just in time.
just in time.
Just in
That's
time.
right.
And
Yeah.
then as soon as you completed the film, what was the next steps? Was it the distribution? Was it the artwork? Or was it what were the next steps once film was actually completed?
The next steps was to submit my movie to the film festivals, to the international film festivals. This is still running for 1 year for me.
Hmm.
So we have we have not done yet. We have not finished yet. But I'm writing on the script for the feature movie,
Hmm.
for the long movie now. And I will take just 2 or 3 scenes from Als die Welle brach,
Hmm.
and replace it to the feature movie.
Brilliant. That sounds really,
Because
really
Als die
good.
Welle brach was a reference movie for us.
Okay. And what was that reference? You said a biography of a woman. Would you mind sharing the story of where that came from? If that's okay to ask.
Well, it's a biography of a woman that I'm writing for about 30 years now.
Hmm.
And but I put also some things for myself in a way. I used the wise words of my father
Mm.
because I've learned so much from my father. He was completely fearless. He was free from religion and races and from fear. And it was a great school for me. So I put also some things from me into that
Mm.
movie.
I was going to ask about that because you referenced your father in the film of Homer's Odyssey, the book that you got
Yes.
from your father, which
Mhm.
you've referenced in the film as well. Was that book a real inspiration for you as well, do you feel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My dad was a really great inspiration because he wrote also some stories, many stories. I used his typewriter, now my computer or my laptop.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
But he was a great inspiration, yes,
And
because
how,
I believe in the strength of love and of unconditional love. I believe in the strength of the universe. I'm
definitely.
completely free from religion too.
Mm. And did you reference other Greek stories as well with it? But obviously having a Greek background as well. Did you kind of reference other Greek stories or elements in the film as well?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I used a story from the Greek mythology because I'm Greek too.
Mm-hmm.
And I used the story of Odysseus
Mm.
because I have also the original book written in ancient Greek,
Wow.
uh, yes, from Homer, the Iliad.
Mm.
So I used the story of Odysseus.
That's amazing. I mean, are you able to read ancient Greek as well?
Well, I had to, but I cannot do it anymore.
No.
I have the book also in the Greek language, in the modern Greek language.
Oh, that's brilliant. And for those that might not be familiar with the stories,
Yes.
like I said, are you able to kind of share kind of like a brief introduction as to how they came about and what they're about?
The main role of my film, Julia, I'm calling her Julia, was searching her whole life for unconditional love, for freedom, for inner peace. And Odysseus wanted, he was traveling 10 years over the seas and he wanted to go home. He wanted to find his home again. And Julia, her biggest loss in her life was she never felt coming home. She never felt anywhere like home.
Mm.
And she find her harbor in the unconditional love.
Mm.
And that's and the film is all about finding the unconditional love.
Brilliant. And I know you referenced a violin in the film as well. And do you come from music? Do you come from any kind of musical background as well that you've implemented into the film?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, brilliant. Okay.
Well, I was a violinist too.
Mm.
I played also the violin, and the violin is a big issue also to Julia because she lost her support after an accident, and she couldn't play it anymore.
Wow.
And so I know personally how it is to lose something that you have created the melodies, you have created your own world, your secure world, hiding from everything, and she lost it.
Wow.
But she came out of it stronger. And she never saw herself as a victim because she was raped. She was abused from two men, two husbands. She was mentally abused from many people in her life.
Wow. That's like a very, very deep emotional film.
Yeah.
And when is it released for the public at the moment, or is it releasing sometime next year?
Well, yes, it is released on the 23rd of December in Greece.
Amazing.
For the first time in Greece at the Bridges International Film Festival. And the audience can buy a ticket for an online screening, and they can view many films. It started today. It's a film festival. It goes over 2 weeks, and our film will be shown at the 23rd December.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And the audience can buy the ticket over inspire.tv
Amazing.
or viva.gr.
Brilliant. How do you feel? Do you feel really nervous or excited?
Everything.
Everything.
It's still unbelievable because I have fought over 1 year to to make the film public, and it's the first time now for public viewing in Greece, and this is so incredible for me, and it's just amazing.
That is amazing. Congratulations. I mean,
Thank you.
how difficult was it to manage to get the film available for the public to view? How difficult was that?
Well, it has to do with a very, I think we were lucky. I think we were lucky because I have submitted to over 190 film festivals international.
Wow.
And people think it's a little work to do, or you only submit everywhere, but it isn't so. You have to pay for every submission.
Every single one?
Every single one.
Wow.
Then you got the first feedback if your film has been officially selected. Then you got a second information about if you're going further, if you are a nominee or have managed it to the finalists or for a screening. It's a lot of work.
No, it sounds like it. And now, because obviously I love films, but and I know obviously brief information about how films are made, but
yes,
no one actually knows what it's like, and to actually start making films, it must have been a huge task for you to go from beginning to end.
And the biggest problem is the financial problem. I have financed everything by myself.
Wow. No help from anyone?
No.
Really? Was was no one able to help you out with anything at all?
Well, Germany is a very difficult place for someone who has a talent to make a film, but has never visited a film school. And Germany is not really open to new things, to other creative people with a huge talent. And that is why I used also my actors, Katerina Yanakopoulou and Michael Marwitz. He's a well-known actor here in Germany for about 40 years and a very good friend from me. He's also the co-author for my movie, and Miki Jukovic. And there are so many great talents out there, but you always see the same actors, the same directors, and I just wanted to break a wave.
Good.
And so the title, Breaking the Wave. Yes. Yes. And the title was from Michael, not from me. Yes.
Okay, brilliant. I was going to ask about him as well, actually.
Yeah.
But why do you think the industry is so set in their ways in terms of using the same actors like it's in directors? Is it because it's guaranteed views or money, or because they don't want to kind of risk any new talent coming through, or a lot of...
It's all about money. It's all about money, and I'm getting tired of it. It's not about money. It's about creativity. It's about freedom. It's about letting something go. People want to see new faces, new things. They want to see talents.
So true.
And many actors, and that's the problem. The directors don't let the actors being free on set. They are getting the script, they are getting the role, and they have to do as it's written. And for me, it's not correct.
It's not correct, because when I watch a lot of films, I do get bored of seeing the same people all the time. I do love watching a film that has a great story to it, and with an unknown actor. And it just brings a whole new aspect to the film. I think, like you said, if you have the same actors, same directors, you kind of have a kind of expectation of what the film will be like, if that makes sense. Yes. So, which is like you said, I think we need new people to come through now for definite. And what you're doing now, pushing that new wave of talent to come through, is an amazing thing. So, a huge congratulations on doing that. It's really amazing.
You. And you only can do it in the independent film department. We are all indie filmmakers, independent from everything. And this is good, and this is so great, because I've seen so many brilliant films during all the film festival circuits from other filmmakers around the world, and it's such a pity that you don't push them. So we try to work together. We try to make the contacts, we try to reach out for each other so we can build up a complete new film industry.
Definitely. Within the indie film circuit, is there anyone that you look up to in terms of their work and also mentored you as well?
Well,
like I know that Quentin Tarantino is your favorite director, but
yes.
apart from that as well, is there anyone else that you look up to in terms of someone who may not be as known as that really inspires you?
Well, Tarantino is a great idol for me because he also didn't went to any film school. He went to films.
Yeah, I remember the quote. Yeah.
And so he's a great idol to me. From the indie market, there is no special one idol. There are so many aspects. There were so many great new directors, young directors, film students, and I just catch up with many of them and got something from this person and that person and that DOP and this director and this actor. So I mixed it up all together, and this is my inspiration.
Brilliant. It's so good. And I know that, go back to what you said earlier, that you never went to film school, but you just studied. And I know that coming up as well in the industry, that you got started when you returned back from Greece, that you gone back to Germany, that a friend of yours took you to film sets. Is that correct? Yeah.
I had a friend 7-8 years ago. He's an American actor. And we got to know each other from Facebook. We connected over Facebook. And so one day he asked me if I wanted to help out on a film set during a shooting for a long film. So I just asked him, what should I do there? Because I don't know what to do. And I just go there and drive over 500 kilometers to Bayern, to Bavaria, to work on the film set. And it was so inspiring and amazing to learn so many people from the creative industry, because I actually come from the music industry. And I tried myself out in helping out on set as a set runner, as an assistant director, as someone who make the coffee and bring to actors and the director on set. So it was a great fun to me. And then I saw something, because I had the chance to be the second camera. Just for one scene. And then it clicked to me, and I said to me, this is what I want to do, shooting a film. So I wrote stories, or people tell me their stories, and I could create pictures for them. So I sat down and write already 3 scripts for long movies. But I'm also a realist, and it is very hard to shoot a long movie if nobody knows you.
Definitely.
You are a nobody. Coming out from a hole, and everyone is asking, where she came from. So I started then, after 6 years of learning by doing, to create the idea of shooting my own short movie of 22 minutes. And I'm very proud, as for myself, and I'm very proud of my beautiful and wonderful team of the actors. We are growing up like a family, and I'm planning also the long film to involve everyone I've worked on the short film too.
Brilliant.
But I also am seeking out for a big production company.
Excellent. I wish you all the best of luck with that.
Thank you very much, George.
And I know that one of the things you learned on set was, obviously you mentioned that the importance of having a script, but
Yeah.
then you also allowed the actors to kind of adapt it in the way they see fit.
Yes. And put something also into the role from themselves, from
Mm.
their own character. And this problem, I had it with the also with the Welle. I had the problem too. I wrote the script. We had a scenery. In my movie, there are 6 sceneries, but only one with the dialogue.
Really?
Everything else is with voiceover.
Wow.
And in that special scene of Julia and Ricky, played from Katerina Yanakopoulou and Miki Jukovic, I saw the difficulty and I managed it for myself to let go. So I asked Miki and Katerina, how would you play it if this problem has been yours?
Mm.
And they managed to give something so beautiful to me that I forgot my own script. So I let go.
Yeah.
And this is also very important for the actors to feel being involved in the creativity department. And the problem, especially here in Germany, is that the producers say the director how he should do it. The director is telling the actors how they should do it, and I don't like this. It's not me.
Mm. It's so true. And just giving people that kind of option to be themselves, it teaches you something brand new as well, doesn't it? If you're
Yes.
so rigid and strict in your approach, sometimes you have problems of people not wanting to work with you, which I know we're going to get to in a minute, actually, about an incident that happened actually on set. But just giving people that freedom to be themselves kind of teaches you something brand new as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And I know that you had a kind of incident on set, if I'm correct, where a couple of people found it hard to work with you, I think.
Oh yes, it was a production from film students. It was they shoot a movie, a short movie for the diploma, and they called me also to help out as an assistant director. And in that movie, I also was a co-producer, and I have also invested some money in that film. And I got very mad as I saw that I think we were a crew of 20 people, 25 people or so, that 2 young students, male students, wouldn't like to work with me. They didn't like to work with me because I was a woman and I was someone not coming out from a film school. And that made me mad. And so I took both of them outside from the set and I just asked them or even told them, we are a chain of people, and when 2 or 3 people from the crew are not willing to work together, the chain is broken.
Mm.
And everyone needs the other to make the film. Well, I think it was good having that talk to them, because they understood, and then they appreciate me, and so it was everything
Oh,
went
brilliant.
well.
Good. So glad to hear. Because you mentioned there about working together to make the whole finished product.
Yes.
I know that in your recent film, you mentioned the this metaphor, the red circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How would you be able to share what this metaphor actually means? It's really, really interesting.
Well, I will try, but I don't want to tell everything about it because I want the public to watch my movie.
Okay. I'll leave it right there then.
Because the feedback I got from those who have already seen it was very interesting, because everyone has his own opinion about what he was seeing. And this is so interesting for me because I know the truth. I'm the only one who knows the truth. And I shown, well, I'm showing 3 actors, 3 roles in that movie, but I'm not revealing what, well, I'm trying to explain it. It's a bit difficult because the whole movie is written in a lyrical, poetical way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a classical movie as you're expecting it. So, who is the old man? The old man can be an old man.
Mm-hmm.
He could be a father. He could be a lover. He could be the unconditional love. He could be a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
He could be anything. And the connection between Ricky and Julia, I want to leave this open because it could be 2 lovers, it
Mm-hmm.
could be a relationship, it could be a brother or a sister, it could be anything.
Mm.
So I don't want to explain it totally because
Okay. I'll leave it right there then.
it's the most important part for me as a filmmaker, because I want to know how the public will understand this movie.
Mm. That's good, definitely. And being a filmmaker is obviously, and a director, obviously directing your first film, you've obviously learned so much whilst doing it. Is there anything that you kind of wished you knew before making your film in terms of maybe the structure of how you did the film, or what you kind of organized beforehand, or anything else like that?
No, not really, because you learn from every move you make.
Mm.
You learn from every mistake. I'm looking now the movie, and there are 2 or 3 parts that I think now, okay, you should have done it in another way, or shoot it in another way, but it's no good. It's not good to think so.
Yeah.
So I'm totally free from this.
Ah, that's good. And did you have to make several changes at all to the script or anything else whilst you're making the film to cater to what was needed? Oh, it's a bit of a silly question.
I have changed my first script 13 times.
13 times.
13 times, and the 13th script was the last one, and then I shoot the film.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah, it's a learning process, because you have many meetings with your director of photography and with the camera, and you found some locations, then they are not fitting with the picture you want to shoot, and this is everything so inspirational, and the whole movement. And then I got home and wrote my script again and over again and over and over again, till it was for 99% perfect for me.
Brilliant.
But nothing is perfect.
Of course not.
Nothing.
So,
And this is good. This is good.
It's good. It's good. Very good. So how does it all work then? Where does it all begin? And so do you have to start with a script and then approach, say, producers or venues, or how does the whole process begin and end then? Because it must be it's obviously a huge task to do. How did it even begin then? What's the whole process?
It's a big process, but I think we have time, so I can tell you how it's all started. It all started with a beautiful person. I have to mention her. It's Sarah Stock. She is my angel in my life, because when I personally have met her, I had lived through some difficulties too, as everyone. And she told me about a book. The book is called The Secret.
Another secret, yeah. Read it.
You know The Secret.
I do. Another secret.
Yeah. So she told me about the book, and I tried to read it, and then suddenly everything opened up for me. I have met the right people to shoot my film. I have met Michael Marwitz, my dearest friend and co-author, and he helped me so much in everything, in organizing the script, to write down the story, to find the title, and so on. And then I met Katerina Yanakopoulou. And as we met, we saw something, it just clicked. She is like a sister to me. I am her big sister, she's my little sister, and she's also a very great creative person. And then I just asked her if she were willing to play the role of a script I have not written yet, but I had the idea in my head. Then I met Miki Jukovic on a film festival, on a party. And it was like I found my brother. So I've created my own family in between 3-4 years. And then I felt, okay, the time is now right. And this was last summer. So I took Katerina to the Netherlands, to the northern of Holland, trying to find out the perfect locations for this movie. And this was so great. We had 4 days, such a pleasure in searching and filming and shooting and whatever with my iPhone. And then we got back, and then I wrote the script after I found the locations.
Brilliant. And when it comes to, say, filming on a venue, then what's the next steps that you need to take in order to film there? Is it just to get permission from, say, the area around it, or can you just literally I don't know, a bit of a silly question, but how does it work then? Say you've got the perfect script, you've got the perfect venue. What do you need to do next in order to film on the venues that you need to film on?
To find my crew members. To find a production company, to find someone who can produce it, to find the right people doing the pre-production, to find the right film composers, Andreas Wolf and Felix Tille, who made a brilliant music. Also to find a band who would do the soundtrack, because it was very important to me, and I used the soundtrack at the end of the film, not at the beginning. And this was the band Astrolaut, and Astrolaut are a young band here in Germany, and Michael worked already with them. So everything is a chain. From Katerina, I got some people for my movie. From Michael, I got some crew members. From myself, from Miki, and I put it all together like a puzzle. And then I had a wonderful cameraman, a wonderful DOP, Lukas Herbrand. He is a very young man of 24 years, but he is working in this production company, and they helped me out with the pre-production.
Brilliant.
So you have just to be really open to everything new. Also to some filmmakers who are young, who want to put their own experiences, and you just have to let yourself completely free. And
sure.
this is also the unconditional love to each other.
Yeah. When you first visualized the film in your mind to how it came out in the end, was it completely different, or was it kind of completely?
It was completely different, because Lucas, my DOP, has had wonderful visions about the movie. And Michael also, and then I deleted the dialogues and put only one dialogue in the complete film, because I wanted to tell a story. And you only can tell a story with a monologue or with voiceover. So the public, I just want the public to think about the movie, not just to watch a movie.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. And did you have a hand in the editing stage as well of the film?
Yes.
Yeah. How was that for you?
It was such a pleasure to put the scenes together and to cut it on the right time and to put the music into it. And it's the most creative part at the end. And I love it. I just love it.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I know that the editing stage can be really difficult for most people. Did you find it difficult at any point, especially say matching the music to the right scene, or it's nice and easy?
No, it is easy when you are working with a perfect team.
For sure, definitely. And coming from a musical background yourself, I know you worked in the industry for a while as well. Did you feel that really helped you to discuss the ideas that you had for the film?
Yes. I visited the music composers at the studio, and we talked about how we will put the music together, or how, what instruments we are using. I have a classical background because I have played the first violin in an orchestra for 12 years, for about 12 years. And so I have a very, I can hear special things. And so it was easier for me finding the perfect music, and how I said, the company Music Paradise Tone Studio with Andreas and Felix, the work was just so easy because they have managed to put the music together, I think, in 3 or 4 weeks only.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yes.
And do you still play violin yourself right now as well?
I didn't understand it.
Sorry, okay. Do you still play violin right now as well? No. Do you still you stopped altogether?
No. Unfortunately not.
How come you stopped in the end?
There were 2 accidents I had.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear.
Yeah. And this is what I said earlier before. I put also some things of my own life into that movie.
I'm sorry to hear about the accidents.
Oh, it's okay. It's well, George, I think I would done it from the beginning. I wouldn't change anything from what happened to me, because I am here because of it. You know?
Definitely.
I have managed to shoot something because of my accident.
But no, it's a real inspiration, because I've heard of similar stories where people have a major accident, so their first love, whether it's sport or musical film, it's been taken away from them, but they wouldn't have been where they are if it wasn't for the accident. So, and you wouldn't have been the amazing person that you are if it wasn't for that. So you're doing some incredible work. So
right.
Yeah. So I want to take this time to say thank you as well for just sitting down with me today and talking. It was really lovely to talk to you today.
Well, it was a great pleasure. Thank you so much for giving me this chance too.
Thank you as well. And where can people find you online, just in case?
Well, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, everywhere.
Brilliant. I'll leave the links below as well for everyone to find. But Alexandra, thank you. Honestly, thank you so much for a lovely chat today. It was lovely to speak with you today.
Many greetings from Germany. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and take care, everyone. Bye-bye.